This morning, folks in Perry County continue to mourn the loss of a high school student killed in an ATV crash. And some in Magoffin County recount the destruction a tornado left in its wake on this day 14 years ago.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm Neely Green here with you on this Tuesday, March 3rd. The time is 5:32, and let's check in with meteorologist Megan Duswell for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, yesterday was pretty rainy, but you said it's going to warm up. You know what that makes me want?
What's that?
Makes me want a dog to take on a walk.
I think that you need a dog. I'm trying to convince her, guys. You guys should help me convince her to get a dog. It's the perfect time to do so. I mean, we're transitioning into spring. We're looking at May flowers coming up soon. Yeah, definitely get a dog. Maybe not walk them this week, though. There's a lot of rain chances in the forecast, but as she mentioned, temperatures are warming up, so at least you have that to look forward to. It's a mixture of the 40s and 50s as you're starting off your day, so maybe just a light jacket as you're heading out the door. But by the afternoon, we are making our way into a much warmer than average temperatures and a mixture of the mid to upper 60s for most. Now, you will see some 70-degree mark chances for those folks living in Manchester, Williamsburg, Somerset, and Monticello. And we do have that rain. Now, this morning it is on the relatively calmer side, but there are a lot of clouds out there, which means if you're looking out for that blood mood this morning, it might be a little bit difficult to see. I know I just checked outside and I could not even find the moon, but maybe that's due to the mountains. But either way, we're going to look at some more rain chances picking up in the next couple of hours. Neely.
Megan, thank you. In Perry County, police say they arrested a man regarding a shots fired incident. Deputies say they, along with state police, responded to that incident yesterday on George's Branch Road. After arriving on scene, police say the man had fired a weapon into the rear tire of an occupied vehicle, causing additional damage to the vehicle's bumper. Police say they arrested David Combs after making contact with him a short time later. This past weekend, folks in Perry County faced an unimaginable loss and are continuing to battle with the grief. A 16-year-old girl lost her life as a result of a drunk driving crash. I spoke to an advocate against drunk driving.
These choices do have an impact. That's something that they made in a split-second decision, thinking that they were going to have some fun. And now it's going to affect that community for the rest of their lives.
On Saturday, a Perry County Central High School student died after an ATV crash. 16-year-old Emmeline Clark was one of 4 people riding in the ATV when it went over an embankment. In a video posted to the Perry County Sheriff's Office Facebook, Sheriff Joe Ingalls says they believe alcohol may have played a factor.
We do suspect that alcohol is involved in this from our preliminary investigations. We charged the driver with driving under the influence.
Ingalls says the vehicle was being driven by a 16-year-old girl whose name was not released. Alex Audie is the national president for Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and she knows firsthand the damage drunk driving can have after a drunk man hit her with his boat when she was a teenager.
I sustained severe, life-threatening, and lifelong injuries from head to toe, including a traumatic brain injury, a broken neck, and the loss of my right leg, among many other things that I'll never recover from.
She says drunk driving is a choice, one that has lasting impacts.
It's just so important for everyone to remember, but especially as a young teenager, that the decisions you make now will impact your future, and unfortunately, sometimes the future of other people.
For the family, friends, and community of the girls involved, Audie says it's normal to be upset at the situation.
We are here to support those that have been impacted by this crash. We know that on average, 2 out of 3 people will be impacted by drunk driving in some way in their lifetime. This may be it for you, and we're here to support you through that.
Ingalls says the 2 girls were accompanied by 2 adult males at the time of the crash, and the investigation is still ongoing. We are learning when more information will be released in the police shooting death of Doug Harless. During a London City Council meeting last night, Mayor Randall Weddle announced that Kentucky State Police will release all case documents by April 10th. The mayor says his request includes the search warrant that brought officers to the Harless home. This comes just weeks after a grand jury declined to indict anyone involved in the shooting. The mayor also called for a new subcommittee to review the entire case once those files are public.
We truly, for the sake of the community, need 100% transparency and no politics involved. And, you know, I was talking with some others today, and I think that it would be best that we have a third-party review of this.
Mayor Weddle says the subcommittee should include people appointed by himself and the city council. Reports of a bullying incident at one Kentucky high school is gaining attention from community leaders and school officials. The alleged incident was videotaped inside the North Laurel County High School's bathroom. It shows a boy being confronted by several others and hit in the back. Joe Burns says this is not the first time his 16-year-old foster son has been put in this situation. His son didn't want to report it because he felt like it was his fault.
He had $20 allowance that day, and he offered them the $20 bill to not be struck, and they turned down the $20 bill to strike him in his back. He kept saying, "It's my fault, I shouldn't have been in the bathroom," and I said, "No, you're fine for being in the bathroom. It's not your fault. They shouldn't have hit you."
Laurel County school leaders say they are looking into the allegations, but due to privacy concerns, no information can be released. Yesterday marked 14 years since tornadoes tore through the region, changing several eastern Kentucky communities forever. In Magoffin County, a portion of Salyersville was left unrecognizable when former officials say a twister touched down and rolled through the restaurant row area like a bowling ball. Former Judge Executive Doc Hardin says the town was devastated, crediting local meteorologists and helpful neighbors for saving lives that night, since he says everyone thought a tornado couldn't reach us here in the mountains.
If this tornado had come through in the middle of the night, body bags wouldn't have held them. We were fortunate it came through when it did. But the thing besides the fact that it has to be the blessing of the good Lord, we got the brunt of this. Our neighbors lost 6 people in West Liberty, 2 people in Johnson County. We came so close, but we didn't lose anybody.
Hardin says the town has improved and recovered since that day, but people will remember that dark night every time the wind picks up. A tornado also impacted folks in Morgan County on March 2nd, 2012. Alyssa Williams spoke with people in West Liberty who were impacted by that disaster.
Monday marks a rainy day in West Liberty, which some say is a reflection of what many people are feeling when they think of the events that took place on this exact day 14 years ago.
With an eye blink, it changed everybody's life.
Morgan County Judge Executive Jim Gazay says he was working with the county's emergency management when the deadly tornado flattened many parts of the city.
It traveled 86 miles. It hugged the ground. A lot of folk around here in eastern Kentucky always thought they were immune to tornadoes.
And what some people may not know is that there are folks in the area that were still recovering from a small tornado that hit West Liberty 2 days prior to the one on March 2nd. And those people impacted by both tornadoes include the family here at Country Carpet.
It was coming off of this hillside right over here, and it just landed like right on top of us. And then it went that way. It destroyed the quick stop and stuff too.
Store manager Angie Lewis says that first tornado destroyed their building, and then the March 2nd tornado destroyed the buildings housing some of the supplies they salvaged. She says they continued to help people rebuild their lives while rebuilding their own. Although they made it to the other side of this tragedy, severe weather still scares her.
Now I have a storm shelter at home. And I mean, we do watch the weather and take caution now.
I'd just like to reinforce preparation. Make sure you have enough water and food on hand for 3 days. Make sure you have a flashlight, a radio. You can't prepare enough for this stuff. But I think that tornado opened a lot of people's eyes up to the danger of weather in a heartbeat.
In West Liberty, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
This week is also Severe Weather Awareness Week. The statewide tornado drill is set for Wednesday morning at 10:07 a.m. A bridge connecting Covington and Newport in northern Kentucky was demolished yesterday morning. The Licking River Bridge was built in the 1930s but was no longer able to handle modern traffic needs. Officials said about 700 pedestrians use that bridge every day. The demolition is part of a $100 million replacement project. Governor Andy Beshear highlighted that the new bridge will be more than safe, reliable connections. It'll be a new landmark of progress in the Commonwealth.
This bridge will be more than steel and concrete. It will be a manifestation of progress about how far we've come, but we've still got a lot of room to grow. When it's complete, this new crossing is going to increase safety, support our economy, and give Northern Kentucky a landmark that future generations will be proud to call their own.
Construction on the new bridge will begin later this year. The new structure is scheduled to open in 2028. Award season is in full swing, and that extends to Hollywood's top dogs. That and more in a look of today's Eye on Entertainment.
And we're tracking as those rain chances continue throughout the entire week and into the weekend and your next work week.